Martin?
What's up, baby? We got a Lambo manifold, baby.
Shop Lambo's back.
Shop Lambo is back.
And the last time the viewers saw it, it was on
the
a flatbed.
tow truck. Yeah.
So you want to fill them in?
So, what happened was Bryce calls me, freaking out. He's like, bro, I'm on the side of the highway. I'm like, what happened? He's like, the Lambo says 0 oil pressure. And I was like, no way. I was like, we just got it, so I don't know.
We just got it.
So, after some testing, did a lot of testing Friday and Monday, we found out that the oil pressure sensor is actually bad. Now, the sucky part is that the oil pressure sensor sits way in the back right there.
Kind of like up front?
Yeah, underneath those intake runners.
Okay.
So the upper plenum had to come off. The other sucky part of that is that this engine bay is not very... so the engine is waterproof, but the engine bay gets wet with a lot of water.
Okay.
So what we tend to see, and I'll show you this, if we close this, right? You see that gap up at the front there?
Yeah.
Like way up at the front. Yeah,
This gap?
Yeah.
Water gets in there?
Yeah, water gets actually in there, runs down, and that's why I've been seeing a lot on these Aventadors. Typically, the front 2 cylinders, when I go to remove the spark plugs, they'll be corroded in there. The harness in that front section gets wet constantly. So that's kind of what we're thinking happened to this, is just the harness is wet, the sensor is wet. And it was making the sensor just, read faulty.
Act up, right?
Yeah, exactly. Because it drove fine. When we were doing our testing, it was fine. Granted, every day that we tested it and drove it, it was a dry day.
Right.
When Bryce got in it that morning, it was pouring rain.
It was, yep.
So, obviously, just, he decided to play it safe. He's like, yo, I'm going to play it safe. He's like, I'll send the Lambo up to the shop.
Yep.
Check it out. He picked up the NSX, so he was still able to go on the rally. Now, the problem that I am seeing with these Aventadors, and mind you, this is like the third one that I'm constantly seeing this on, is the amount of water that gets in there. So I did have a huge issue, which cost me a huge delay on this. And I'll show you. So you see all this right here?
Yep.
So this is all rust stains. The rust stains happens from when you take the center cover off, which I have it over there.
Yep.
Water just sits in here.
Okay.
And it corrodes the heads of the bolts. So when I went to take it out, there was no head on the bolt. It was just a big pile of rust. So I had to drill them out. And I'll show you what I did. Let me grab my magnet here.
See what we got. Oh.
Yeah. So I had to drill out the heads of the bolts. And Joe was actually helping me out because the reach in there to get at it, pain in the butt. Now Lamborghini didn't really think this one through, because I guess they don't really account for people going in deep service with these cars.
Right.
But, as these cars get higher mileage, there's going to be a need to go and do deep service.
Right.
Most of the time, Lamborghini gets one of these cars, they just yank the motor out, which costs a lot of money.
It does, yeah.
So what I had to do is I had to drill all these out. Now I'm going to extract the rest of the bolts.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4. And then I'm going to give it a little Martini Performance enhancement, because when I went to take this out, the harness for all this was all intertwined. It was kind of a pain in the butt to get to. There was like wires hanging.
And he cut himself last night.
I did. Look.
Yeah. Working on the Lamb.
Working on the Lambo. Actually, that was the culprit right there. You see that? You see that little metal piece? Yeah, that right there. That little...
Look at Joey, look at Joey.
What's he doing, bro?
Nothing.
So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to take the harnesses that are intertwined into that plenum over there.
Okay.
I'm going to remove them from the plenum, and I'm going to relocate them to this.
Sweet.
So if anybody else or if I have to go back in here, it'll be a lot easier to work on this thing. And then yeah, I still need to remove some more stuff in order to get to the oil pressure sensor.
Okay.
So yeah.
And we got a new OEM one coming in. So
Yep,
we gotta replace it.
Yeah, we got an OEM from our guys at Scuderia Parts in London. Should be here in a few minutes actually. So yeah, this is definitely not a job for the faint of heart, but you know, between Justin helping me and Joe helping me out, we get it in there. Yeah, check back.
Martin,
What's up, baby?
back on the Lamb.
Back on the Lambo.
How you feeling?
Well, found the sensor. Right down there. Right down there. So this is actually the connector for it.
Okay.
So good thing is there's no like water damage or corrosion or anything like that.
Okay.
It is pretty well protected from the factory. So maybe it was just a little bit of moisture, but that sensor is definitely gone bad then.
It's cooked down there.
Yeah. So the sensor's cooked. Yep.
Sweet.
So just in from DHL, we got the new sensors and we got the new gaskets. So I'm gonna clean this up. I'm gonna blow off a bunch of dirt and rust and make sure that it stays nice and clean down here.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna start putting it back together.
Awesome.
So yeah, it's a lot of work, man.
I see that.
Yeah.
You
And
got
then there's no access to the front of this, so I had to take the engine cover,
right.
engine hatch off. Joe helped me with that, and Brett and
V12 life, huh?
Yeah, V12 life. This is a mess of this is a noodle mess of everywhere.
I see that.
I'm definitely gonna give it like some nicer cleanup, so I'm gonna reroute some stuff.
Okay.
We're gonna do it the Martini way, you know what I'm saying?
Sounds good, Mark. Thank you. Marian,
What's up, baby?
we're back on the Lambo.
Yep. That one's all fixed up.
And we're back on the real Lambo.
On the big Lambo.
Martin, what do we got going on here?
So as we can see, everything's back together. I fixed the bolts that go down in there.
Yep.
Okay. I rerouted the harness the Martini way. Okay. Because I didn't like what Lambo did. It was a noodle mess, as you guys can see in the video. Also, you're gonna put in that clip, right? You're gonna put in that clip. So you're gonna see it. You probably already saw it.
Right.
In the clip where technically not technically, but I rerouted the harness so that way it makes more sense and it's actually more serviceable, because before, in order to take this manifold up, that harness was coming out with it and it was entangled in piping and tubing underneath the manifold.
Right.
So I took the harness out, I zip tied it to the rails, which makes it way more serviceable. Now we don't have to worry about all that nonsense. So it'll come out in and out very easily.
Sweet. And the new sensors in?
New sensors in.
Wow.
I also cleaned up a few other connectors down in there that were just wet and rusty. So, you know, hopefully we don't run into this, you know, messed up data anymore.
Cool.
Throttle bodies are in. Those were cleaned up. The harnesses, I put like dielectric grease on the harnesses.
Okay.
So, you see? So we don't have you know, so if water does get in there or moisture gets in there, it doesn't mess with it. You know, that's what dielectric grease is good for. So, yeah, it's not all back together, but we can test fire it, run it, and see if we got oil pressure.
Awesome. Well, let's give everyone's favorite part and the good old cold start.
Good old cold start, baby, coming up.
Wow. Give me a cold start, Maureen.
Cold start, baby! So we got oil pressure, guys. Check it out. So before, this is reading above 5 bar. Before, this thing would come up and then go down and then read 0. And then the dash warning will come on to shut the engine off, no oil pressure. So we're actually seeing a little bit higher oil pressure than we were with the other sensor before it actually went completely dead.
Cool.
So I'm very happy with that.
Sweet. That's awesome.
So we're gonna let it do a warm up, and then we'll do, you know, hot oil.
Awesome.
Check on the pressure. It's good?
Yeah, it's good.
I think guys will be happy.
I think so.
Yeah. Let's go for a road test.
Let's do it. All right, Martin, we're in the Lambo.
We're in the Lambo.
First test drive.
Yeah, since we fixed the oil sensor.
Yep.
Bryce left us with a full tank, so we can go wet.
Oh, that's good. That's good. That's
You know what
good.
I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
I like that.
Drove this one, but I drove Sal's pretty good. So we're gonna really see what this one feels like in comparison to Sal's.
Sweet.
Because this one's got the full exhaust done.
Right.
Also, obviously, you know, we did a bunch of work to it.
Yeah, we did.
We did maintenance, and then transmission service. service, diff service, transfer case service, and then we tuned it. So yeah,
Sweet.
yeah. I just realized we don't have a license plate in the back of this thing.
That's all right. We're road testing.
It's okay, dynamics, baby.
Road testing.
We have that guy over there just cramping our style.
The next day.
Martin,
What's up, baby?
the Lambo's all set.
Demo's ready.
Sweet.
Bryce is you're gonna be actually seeing this car if you go this Sunday.
Yep.
Cars and Coffee in Greenwich.
Yep.
So
we'll be bringing this.
this will be there. Yep.
And hopefully, if the M2's done, I'll be bringing the M2
Ooh,
as well,
that would
which
be
they haven't even
fire.
seen yet.
I know.
They haven't even seen yet.
Dude, and like honestly, you know, maybe you and Bryce should run it on the highway because you know the M2 is pretty fast.
I don't know. That would be interesting. That would be very
interesting, you know?
interesting.
I mean, you know, you put a downpipe and an intake and a tune, and you're definitely blowing this thing out of the water.
Yeah.
But,
Which is crazy to think
yeah,
about.
I know. But I mean, just this car has such like presence. You
Yeah,
know?
this is thing's just crazy looking.
And it came out good with the white wheels.
It did.
And
It looks really good.
yeah, calipers.
Yep. We got the dynamic subscribe stickers.
Yep.
XPEL.
So, if you're not catching us on YouTube, you're messing up.
I know. That's what I'm
You're-
saying.
dude. It's just if you're not catching us on YouTube, this car, BMWs, Audis,
Everything. Subarus.
Subis, like fast ones, you know.
We got everything here.
Lifted trucks. My boy J Fudge.
Porsches.
Porsches. Oh, dude, this thing's sick.
Oh, dude. Just sick. I know we're getting off topic here.
I know.
but
We are.
you can't not help yourself.
I know. 'Cause,
You know.
dude, look at those intakes.
Oh, dude.
Come on now.
Insane.
I know.
Literally insane.
I feel like that needs carbon fiber intakes now.
Right?
You know?
Imagine like right on the corners here.
Right in the corners, right here. Yeah, carbon fiber. Wow.
That'd be sick.
You know? But yeah, this car, Sunday, Greenwich Cars and Coffee. If you're not watching us on YouTube.
Be there or be square.
Thanks, Martin.
Thanks, Fudge.